technically, I can't, at this point, tell anyone what podcast number this is, because I'm going to try something. You know, in the early days, we would have, like, Real Pop Culture episode 1, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Well, then if we had a special, like, Tupelo Con or, you know...
You quit number them and you just went...
yeah, I would be like
1,
Tupelo
2,
Con Day
3.
1, Tupelo Con Day 2, or the Halloween special.
Yeah.
And then I would go back to the numbering system. But I decided later on that was the wrong way to do it. I should have just... Even if I call it Tupelo Con Day 1...
It still should have been
If you scratch
numbered.
off the surface underneath, it's still that number.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attempt at this show, because we had 157, then we had Tupelo Con Day 1, Tupelo Con Day 2. I'm going to try to match up the number of what it actually is with what it's supposed to be. I'm trying to right the wrongs of the past.
So you're going to go back.
I'm trying to course correct.
All right. Well, if you go to, I think it's Apple Podcast,
It shows me.
it automatically shows you
Now that I upload...
what number it is, no matter what episode it is.
Exactly. On the new interface with Podomatic where I upload them, it shows me now.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, like, oh, shit, this is not...
Well, I was telling you that all along.
Well, I didn't know what to do about it. I mean, I can't start over.
We should have just went ahead and jumped. And then, like, everybody been like, oh, yeah, that's just the missing episodes.
We're going back to the future. So if it looks like we skipped some episodes, we really didn't. We just didn't do it right to start with. And, hey, you learn as you go. I didn't know.
We've been doing this for 5 years, so we should have learned
when I
something.
started doing the thing wrong was way early on.
Yeah.
When we would have, like, a special. And sometimes I would, like, I'm trying to think of an example. There was this one, when they used to do the big Comic Con, and they would do all these huge announcements, and I called you or whoever it was. I was like, man, we got to do a whole podcast just on all the shit they announced.
That was for
Like the San Diego
Con, yeah.
One year, it was just like they announced a bunch of crazy shit, and I was like, let's do a whole podcast. And I think like months later, I just deleted that.
Probably.
But
because there was like 4 of us in here all talking over each other.
Well, that's not the only reason why we still do that. But anyway, I'm trying to fix my mistakes of, you know.
It won't be hard to
You learn as you go. I'm still learning. And, you know, so are you. You did a great job editing Tupelo Con, by the way. I enjoyed listening to it. Kudos to you.
It was really a rough one to edit.
I know. I told you to. You've learned my voice for editing, but I told you, I was like, if I have any advice for you, is to edit it with a heavy hand.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to have to cut out every little and the, but there's a whole lot of dead spaces at a con because
you know,
just
I've got to where
looking around and taking it all in.
Unless there's a really long pause after it, I've got to where I don't even cut them out anymore.
When I'm editing and we're talking and all of a sudden we stop, in my head I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, that's enough. And I hit stop, I hit edit, split. I go to when you can see where the silence is in the waveform. Split, delete, and then merge the two together, and I just delete that silent space.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll hear us say, man, that was a long, awkward pause, but the listener was like, no, it wasn't. It's because of the magic of editing.
Well, if we say something like that, I try to edit it out also.
I don't. It feels more real. Show them what really happens. Show them the nasty side. One thing I gotta...
First off, if they hear my phone going off in the background, I'm technically working.
Should we tell them that? I mean...
I don't care.
Does your boss listen to this?
No.
Okay, then you're good. Yeah,
my
you're
boss
working...
is like a 27-year-old kid.
You're working from home right now, while you still have a job, that is.
Yes.
Because you've been in quarantine. You've tested negative.
I tested negative.
But there was, somebody in your department or something that was exposed? Exposed themselves?
If you've been exposed, you can't come back for 10 days. They're like super serious on it.
Oh, yeah, they are at my work, too. We have our own COVID clinic. They're not open every day, but they give the free vaccinations and testing anytime you want.
They did the testing, or not the testing, they did the vaccines, I think it was Thursday or Friday.
But yeah, if you get a work call or something important, we'll stop it and then start it back up. You had a birthday. As we record, this is Wednesday, so it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We are currently trying to plan you a party. I gave up trying to make it a surprise party because of scheduling situations. I was like, look, I got to make sure the 2 guests of honor are going to be there.
Yeah, because we're also doing Barry's.
We're also doing
party
Barry's
at the
because
same
his
time.
comes like a week and a half, 2 weeks after
2
yours.
weeks. Well,
And there's so many people that work every other weekend.
Yeah.
We got to kind of like somewhere meet y'all in the middle. Sort of like me and who, or somebody and somebody else is close together. We got a lot of summer birthdays,
yeah.
but
Especially in my family.
what's cool is right now I'm shooting for Friday, which as we record this, it's Wednesday, and your birthday party will be Friday the 13th.
I'm thinking about just like taking off just for that. I'll say I'm working and just bring my phone in here with me and
Knock knock.
who's there? Who?
I've been on a big Friday the 13th kick lately. Ooh,
Hang
big
on.
surprise! Mark likes
Lately.
Friday the
I was
13th.
going to say.
Yeah, the last 45 years I've been on quite a kick. No, I've been listening to this podcast called Camp Blood Radio.
I was talking about it in one of the other episodes.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get them on the show sometime. They got some good episodes. They've had CJ Graham on like 4 or 5 times, and which makes me think like, well, he wasn't too reluctant to be on our show, so we could probably have him back pretty easy. They had the one I was listening to today was McLaughlin, and it was a good episode. And he likes talking about Friday the 13th Part 6. I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to have him on.
We need to get somebody on there from Part 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, the guy that played Jason in Part 5 also played Michael Myers in one of the Halloween films.
I'll see. That'd be awesome.
So,
I could talk to him about Part 5.
did you really like Part 5?
Yes.
Okay.
As a standalone movie.
That's fine.
I mean, it was great.
Take away the
All the
hockey
way up
mask
to
and
the
don't call it
very-
Friday the 13th, and you know maybe I would have liked
Up
it.
to the very end of it to where you realized it wasn't him.
Phony.
But, I mean, other than that, the movie was great. Some great kill scenes, man.
You know, I've thought about going back and watching it again with a more
Open mind.
a more objective mind, I should say. Because I mean, I'm pretty open minded. I mean, Jesus Christ, I like Jason X.
That was a pretty good movie.
It was. I mean, it's silly as hell, but I liked it. It worked.
It was a little bit campy, but I mean, for what it was, dude, it was really good. They really stepped outside the box to make a different Jason
Let's take
movie,
Jason to space. Yeah.
and it worked.
Well, they brought up a good scenario and question for Tom McLaughlin today on the episode I was listening to, which was recorded. I'm going back and listening to old episodes, so it'd been out there a while. And they asked him, they said, you know, the 2009 Jason's been out for a while, and there's been a lot of legal bullshit, and they finally got that sorted. And supposedly they're looking at treatments and scripts and ideas for a new official Jason movie.
Well, they should call one of our buddies up.
Do you go with where they left off in the 2009 film? Because like most Friday the 13th fans are really okay with that movie.
Which one was 2009? Was that the
last one that was ever done, the reboot with Mears?
That's
Eric
the one that
Mears?
had the guy from Supernatural and the Panda Baker chick and
I've never watched Supernatural.
yeah, you're going to have to pull it up because
Remake.
there you go, remake. That's it. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, we've talked about this on here a million times. You know,
Yeah.
Derek Mears. Oh, I did. Yeah, the girl that plays
Daniel-
Killer Frost was in it.
Yeah, Daniel Panda Baker.
I forgot about that. It's a good movie. I wouldn't hate it if they picked up from there, but in my mind, Jason needs to live in and you don't have to be a period piece, but he needs to exist in the late 70s, anytime in the 80s. I don't really care about seeing Jason in today's world.
That's
I don't want
not
to see
what-
people running from Jason and putting it on TikTok and shit.
That's not what bothered me about that. movie, what bothered me was all the underground tunnels and everything that Jason lived in. Because
that didn't really bother me because it explains how he gets around Crystal Lake so easily.
But it didn't.
Or the camp area.
The way it looked is that he was an actual person, not undead, demonic, serial killing, whatever.
Well, the thing I've liked about Jason is you don't really know what he is. I mean,
well, he's after the second one. You know what he
after
is.
Part
He's dead.
Well, after part 6, it changed the status quo going forward. And which, by the way, I don't like the term zombie Jason. Zombie Jason is used a lot in the Friday the 13th community. I think it's a major oversimplification of what Jason is. Jason doesn't want to eat anybody's brains. He's not a mindless drone.
He
that's
don't want
just
to
gonna
eat anybody.
He's never ate anybody. I mean, he's a murder machine, but he thinks. Like, he don't just act on instinct. He makes decisions, and he has motivations and
to kill.
And he has convictions. Like, he don't mess with kids. I think he kind of relates to kids. He don't really have a quarrel with them like he does
Well, I mean, he's
much
still
like his mother. He blames the adults, the counselors. Like they're the enemy.
But he still had the mind of a child.
I think,
especially if you go on the premise that he didn't die, and he just lived out in the woods, that's kind of the premise I go on.
But I think it's suffice it to say that there's something supernatural going on with Jason.
Definitely.
And I'm kind of glad they never explained it. I don't over-explain things. Then you wind up with the Star Wars prequels when you try to explain the Force and its metachlorian counts and
what do they call that? Mansplaining?
Yeah, don't over-explain it. Let's let it be what it is. And that's kind of what I like. But I mean, Jason he was definitely stronger and more powerful than a normal person and could take on damage way easier than a human being ever could. So, I don't know. I've just never liked the term zombie Jason. I think the way McLaughlin brought him back was clever and neat, and it needed kind of a fresh start in that respect.
I think that's the reason I use the term undead, not zombie.
Undead is fine. It's definitely undead. He's not a living, breathing human being.
No.
And there's definitely something supernatural there taking place, but I don't know.
Got to be.
I mean, it doesn't seem demonic. It doesn't seem like a zombie to me.
Well, it does kind of seem
on
demonic.
Anything, flesh or blood or.
And that was another one of the Jason movies I didn't really care for. Was Jason Goes to Hell.
He's more like Frankenstein to me. I mean, he's not put together by body parts, but he was brought back to life with lightning in part 6.
Yeah, in one of them.
And, he kind of has the same Frankenstein-esque cadence to his walk and his movement.
Yeah, I mean,
if I had to liken him onto a classic horror movie monster. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off into a huge Friday the 13th tangent. I just been...
Yeah, because we can talk for hours.
Like, I could do... Everybody would start rolling their eyes if I talk too much Jason. I try to not project too much of what's in my head onto everybody's ears. But that's definitely where my head's at a lot. I'm a huge fan. And I've been thinking a lot about getting more people, from the movies on the show. And that tour that they're doing, and it's not just Friday the 13th films, it's a bunch of films.
I say Anthony they're doing a sent tour. Us that link.
Yeah, they're doing a tour where they go to these film location sites, sell tickets, and show the movie that was filmed on the location it was filmed.
Did you see where they're doing the Batman Loft?
Batman Loft?
Yes.
I didn't see that one. They're doing a lot of horror movies. Not all of them are horror movies, but we were, I just did the video of us at Bay Minette where they did part 7.
Yeah.
And they're showing part 7 there. And they're showing part 6 at that place outside Atlanta where they did part 6. Which I'd really love to go to that. But it is.
When is that?
I'd have to look again. And it's about at least a 4.5 hour drive. Which that ain't too bad.
And
Some
we've
of the other
drone
Friday
for
the 13th
other-
film locations would be, we're talking plane tickets.
Yeah. Well, at least to my knowledge, they didn't do any of them overseas. So
Not overseas, but they did do one or two of them in Canada. And the first one was in New Jersey. That's
it's either New Jersey or Illinois.
it's on the New England states. It's somewhere around in there. That's gonna bug me. Let me go ahead and Google it. Warren County, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah, the camp is there, or at least some of the buildings, because they do stuff there. I really like it. Like, especially with part 1, they really embrace it. It kind of saddens me that you wouldn't even know they did part 7 at that boat ramp in Bay Minette. Like,
But it's still an active camp
Yeah.
area.
well, which makes it even cooler because you
Or
can go
boat
there without
ramp.
having to get permission, or
Yeah.
like the camp where they filmed part 6 is still an active camp today, and you have to get special permission to go out there. Like the place where they film part 3 is private property. You have to get permission to go out there and stuff like that. But like anybody can go out to Bay Minette to that boat ramp and be like, cool, there's Crystal Lake. You know, I have one regret, and I'm sure I'll get a chance to go back there. I want to get call me crazy, I want to get a jar of water from Crystal Lake. I mean, right? That's Crystal Lake from part 7.
Yeah, that would look pretty cool on the.
Oh, my little
The
Jason
shrine over
They're like,
there.
what is that jar of water? Oh, nothing. That's just water from Crystal Lake where Kane Hodder was swimming around. No big deal.
That would be pretty cool.
I wouldn't drink any.
I wouldn't do
of
a jar. Maybe a little vial.
something.
Yeah,
Like, that's Crystal Lake water.
that's pretty cool.
Or you could filter it and sell it. Crystal Lake water for that killer thirst.
No.
Okay, we're getting stupid. Let's move on to hey, I don't have really any announcements, but I don't think we haven't done a podcast since Cruising Amory. I wanted to thank everybody for coming out to that. We had the Kill J band had a show out there. I can't reach the bell. There you go. We had a good show. It was hot. Most of the people were cruising the loop. We didn't have like huge crowd, but like I wasn't expecting a huge crowd, but it's still a good show. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was really.
And Robbie
hot.
Ross from Seeking 7 jumped in with us and jammed out with us. We had a really good time. Our next show is August the 27th. I can't see
Yes.
the calendar from here. And it's at Muddy Waters in Columbus. And it's called End of Summerfest. You'll be hearing a lot more about that from us. And we have another show in the works right now that I can't talk about because it's very early stages of planning, but I hope everything pans out and I can tell you about it because it sounds like it'd be pretty cool. What other announcements was it? August is when we have to renew our hosting for with Podomatic, our landing site where that hosts our podcast. And for the first time ever, we were able to pay for our hosting fees with our Patreon support money. So we have become self-sufficient. Never,
No,
ever
not-
self-aware.
Not really.
We'll never become self-aware. But that's cool. We need to
That is cool.
keep that going. I've never had a hobby or a venture or anything that supported itself.
Me
I've been
either.
trying to get a rock band to support itself for almost 20-something years now.
Hell, everything I've ever delved into, I ended up spending
No.
lots of money.
Speaking of going in the hole,
Whoa!
we're looking at all the things we need to do to get our video situation beefed up because we're going to be doing a video real soon of our escape room box
Yeah.
that Sean Brannon gave us. And once we do that, that's going to open the door for a lot of YouTube content that we want to start cranking out. We're trying to go from the audio world to the video world too.
Trying to mix it up.
Since people are going to be seeing us on camera more, I should probably try to get in shape.
I thought about it, but
I thought about it. That's probably as far as
I
I'll
think
go.
we'll just turn the lights down a little bit lower.
Dim the lights, spray tan,
Yeah,
wear a hoodie.
maybe shave.
Hey, we have real pop culture shirts now. I think we should do a small batch of hoodies this winter. We need to start planning it now, because most of the time we do stuff like that, we wait too long and they're out of season.
Well, that's when you get it. That's when you get them the cheapest, is out of season. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm telling you, I've already priced hoodies, and
Yeah,
we can't even sell T-shirts.
We've sold some T-shirts. I see the orders that come and go. I know. I'm aware.
Well, I'm glad you see the orders that are coming and going, because I still haven't seen the cash flow.
Oh, we're supposed to be charging?
Well, you said orders, and I said selling.
Or they just ordered me, hand them one. No, we sold a couple shirts.
I know we sold 2.
We sold, yeah. We've sold a couple.
I think we sold 4.
Well, if you're a Patreon, you get a discount if you're one of our patrons. And if you're the top tier, you get a 100% discount on one.
Yeah.
So, that's a real thing. You were telling me earlier that you finally watched,
Black Widow.
yeah, we're not going to give away any spoilers for anything, but what did you think about it?
I really liked it. I'm really wondering what the post-credit, how they're going to do that. I was actually going to talk to you about that off air, but we got busy.
Doing a podcast?
Yeah, setting everything up. Because I don't... Watch the movie. The movie is great.
It's good, yeah.
It's really intense, high action. I didn't really catch on to the thing that you and Clint kept talking about. What y'all said y'all didn't really like about it. But I mean, I really
Yeah,
thought,
I remember that now. We talked about it on here, but we haven't
Yeah,
given any spoilers. Did you say you did watch Suicide Squad as well?
yeah, I watched it too.
I liked it. It was good.
It was real good.
It's kind of a whole different animal than the first one, but I was one of those weirdos that liked the first one.
I liked the first one.
I like both of them, but they're not the same.
Now, when you say the first one, do
What
you
is the
mean the
deal?
first Suicide Squads, or are you
yeah,
talking
what
about
is the
Birds
deal
of
with
Prey?
people making movies that has the same name as another movie? Like, there's a new Batman coming out, and it's just going to be called The Batman. Why can't it be like, I don't know, Batman Revelations or Batman Unchained or Batman anything other than just... It's confusing, when, like, especially when you try to look up a movie. There's 10 movies named Batman.
Yeah.
And you got The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Returns, The Dark Knight Rises. Okay, we've got them all movies that say Dark Knight. It's like you got Suicide Squad, now you got The Suicide Squad. Why didn't you call it, like, you didn't have to call it Suicide Squad 2, but you could have called it, I don't know, Suicide Squad The New World Order or something. Or something that relates to the movie.
Yeah.
The Reckoning.
I don't know why they do that.
I don't know. It's crazy. They do that a lot now.
Well, it ain't just now. They've been doing it a lot since,
Yeah, it's like...
start of movie time.
And I get it. If you're doing a reboot or a remake, but still, I mean, you don't have to call a movie the same name as another movie because it just...
The first one was just called The Suicide Squad.
No, this one's called The Suicide Squad. They put The on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they should have called it Suicide Squad 2 because there was technically 2 Suicide Squads
I mean, something.
in the movie.
Because, like, right now, it's not that confusing. But, like, 5 years from now, when we look back, it's going to be like, wait, which one? Because they were both kind of called the same thing.
But didn't they also
Except for the
call
word the.
the Birds of Prey? Wasn't that a Suicide Squad movie?
No, that's the Birds of Prey. It's a whole different group.
I really thought... no, it wasn't a whole different group either.
Well, I mean, Harley Quinn was the only...
Amanda Waller was in it.
Was she?
Yeah.
I don't remember her being in it.
I think
I didn't really like that movie.
I think it was just her voice.
I didn't really care for that movie.
I liked it.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I I don't remember that much about it, which tells me I didn't really enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
I know how much I enjoy a movie by how much I remember about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If it's forgettable, then I'm not going to remember nothing. But even with my bad memory, I could tell you key plot point details about movies I really enjoyed.
I'm pretty much the same way.
There's a new HBO is fixing to launch their own podcast series. And when you say podcast, normally you think about what we're doing right now, like this kind of format. But a lot of people do these podcasts. They're like full audio dramas. It's basically like listening to an audio
graphic
book.
audio.
Yeah, like the Wolverine thing that we listened to. That's really good. If
The
you
Batman thing we listened to.
that wasn't a podcast. That was a.
Oh, that's right. That was a straight up graphic audio. Graphic audio book.
But HBO's first podcast that they're doing is going to be a Batman one. I had that pulled up. Did I close it? Here it is.
That's it.
HBO Max is getting its own exclusive podcast starting with Batman. HBO team wants its app not just to be the place for finding big movie premieres, but podcasts too. It's announced today it's planning to release its new Batman podcast called Batman the Audio Adventures. An app exclusive, meaning it will make its way to other podcast apps or be available through the RSS feed. The scripted show, which features Jeffrey Wright as Batman, Rosario Dawson as Batwoman, will premiere this fall, although no exact date was provided.
I was right. He is playing Batman.
He's voicing Batman? I thought he was writing it.
No, it says him as Batman.
That's Jeffrey Wright in that picture.
Yeah, and if you scroll down, it says Jeffrey Wright as Batman.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's got a deep voice. That'll work.
Yeah.
He was on
Westworld, like you said.
I could see that or hear that. And what was the other Batman news? Oh, yeah, they just released last week, I think, a new Batman comic book called Batman 89, and it picks up after Batman Returns, the Michael Keaton era. As Batman, Michael Keaton did Batman 89, then did Batman Returns. And what's cool about this is the producers had an idea for a third Michael Keaton Batman movie, and the studio passed in favor of the shit that we got after that, which was, and I don't remember, I get them all mixed up. The Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman sucks, Batman still sucks. Like, those movies were just horrible. They were like, screw you guys, even though your movies were like wildly successful, we want to sell toys. So we're going to go in this weird direction and ruin the franchise. But anyway, they had a vision for a third Batman. And the people doing the comic book are doing it in this 6-part comic series. And I read part 1 today, and it's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. Because you remember you got Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent in those, but you didn't really see a whole lot of him. You certainly didn't see him as Two-Face.
No.
And there's more of him. Of course, there's more Michael Keaton, that Alfred, and all that. That Commissioner
nice.
Gordon. Like, it's like watching... It's like the comic book version of what it would have been if they'd have continued with the Michael Keaton era, which is, hey, I'm perfectly happy playing in that sandbox.
And it's got Rosario Dawson as Batwoman.
No, you're mixing that up with the audiobook, the podcast I just announced. This is a comic book.
Well, I can picture that in my head.
Yeah, you can.
Well, I got some news for you.
Throw it on me.
Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker, and Christian Ball are leaving.
Yeah.
3 episodes. They're doing 3 specials, which will take them through 2022.
Okay.
And they're both leaving at the same time. They made a pact when Jodie Whittaker started that they would run it together, and when one of them was done, both of them would quit. And Jodie said she's done.
Yeah. She said her next season was going to be her last
Which it's
over
not
a
technically
year
going to
ago.
be a season.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's going to be one special, which I'm assuming it's going to be the Christmas special. And then they're going to do 2 more in 2022. So a total of 3 more episodes. And I guess during that time, they're going to be looking for a new doctor and a new writer. So I thought that was pretty big news.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to hate to see her go, even though as the doctor, they didn't write it for her. The writing just wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm more excited they're getting a new writer than they're getting a new doctor.
See, and Chris Chabal, dude, he did some great episodes.
Yeah.
Before he took over as the main writer.
Well, here's the thing, like Peter Capaldi, there was some stinker episodes with him, but like the killer episodes like made up for it.
Yeah.
You know? Like
I don't think there was really ever any killer episodes
with Jodie.
For Jodie.
No, not really. Not to me.
I mean,
Again,
there might have been one or two.
Every episode I watched, I remember very little about.
Yeah. There might have been one or two
Nothing that just
I
blew my
distinctly
mind.
remember. But the most of what I remember from them was just bad writing.
Yeah.
But we've got that to look forward to in the Whovian world.
You know what they've never done? Well, I shouldn't say never. What they haven't done since the 2005 restart, really have a doctor come in the middle of a season. Like a changeover.
They've never done that. Ever.
Well, they used to do seasons weird back in the 70s and stuff. Like they would do them in like 4-part blocks. So they didn't have a definitive like season 1, season 2 like they do now. But
Well, each doctor
Like, I don't
was
know
considered its own series.
But what they should do is, like in the middle of like season whatever this is, don't even announce it or nothing. Like the doctor just gets killed in a random episode and turns into the new doctor. And you're
Well,
like,
see, that's just
whoa.
it.
It's like the title just changed hands on a Monday Night Raw and not a pay-per-view.
You never know when the doctor is... Really, you never know when he's going to die until it happens. I mean, with the age of the internet, yeah, you know.
Really? I've known every time. Way ahead of time. Like, way ahead of time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Like, starting with 2005, Christopher Eccleston said, like, hey, I'm only doing 1 season.
There again, day of the
So-
internet. So you can't just...
I read it in a magazine called The Internet.
Was it an E-mag?
No. I was at the dentist office, and they said, would you like a magazine to read while you wait? And I said, no, that's okay. But then I saw the TARDIS on the front of it. I was like, ooh, maybe I will read that.
All right.
They said, would you like some internet? I was like, no, this magazine will do just fine. I miss magazines.
Depends on what magazine.
Well, yeah,
I
but
mean, I used to love...
there were several magazines I would read, but then all of a sudden, right before they died, they're like, hey, let's jack the price up to like $6 an issue.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Internet's killing you, so go ahead and jack the price up so that you die even faster.
I used to like Motor Trend, and there was a science magazine I used to really love, but it wasn't like science. It was like, I guess you call it normal, just around the house science. It was cool.
How do we get on magazines? Oh, we're talking about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be cool if they changed doctors in the middle of a season and didn't tell, like make it to where we don't even know it's going to happen.
But see, that's just it. You
Because
have to...
here's what happens if you don't do that. Your doctor gets character armor in such a way that you're like, if the stakes are high and they're in a tough situation, you're like, he'll get out of it. He's not going to die. Because we would know there's a new doctor coming. But like, keep it a secret and like throw it out there. Like, boom, in episode 6, all of a sudden we have a new doctor to finish the season out.
That'd be kind of sucky for whoever played that doctor, though.
I mean, maybe. Just instead of doing it at the end of the season, do it in the middle of the season.
But you also got to think, whenever it first come out, the Doctor only had 13 regenerations.
But they fixed that.
Now that has been fixed.
Right before...
Whenever Matt Smith
yeah.
reached through the crack and turned into Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, they gave him 12 more faces, basically.
They didn't really say
They
if they
didn't say, but
if
a lot of
it
Whovians think he got reset, basically.
Yeah.
He gets 12 more, which that'll last mine in your lifetime, probably, at this rate.
At this rate, yeah.
That'll finish us out.
All right, hold on.
He's got to work. I'm going to take a pause anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. I think that's one of the other ones burn out.
I need to get you to watch this show that Tim got me to watch. And sounds like our wave files got smaller.
Did they?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
Let me turn this up just a hair. I don't want to go too much.
Well, whenever
Hey, did you hear that?
I did. It was a bump.
Let me check this. But it's called, the show's called Final Space. He told me that if you like Rick and Morty, you'll like this. But it's an animated show, but it's not really like Rick and Morty, but I know you would like it.
I'll have to check it out. What's
It's
it on?
funny. I'll have to get back with you on that.
All right.
It's on TBS, maybe.
Ooh, that might be difficult. Oh, I got satellite now,
Yeah.
so
Shouldn't be hard. You could DVR it. You still got the
yeah.
You hadn't cut the cord yet, or you hadn't cut the satellite
No, Grandma just swapped over to Dish.
from DirecTV.
Yeah, and when they was setting all the boxes up, they just went ahead and set one up in my room, and I was like, I don't even watch satellite TV, regular TV.
Now you do.
And I was like, well, you know what? Yeah, I can watch Rick and Morty on that.
The only thing I kind of miss about having satellite, and it's not that bad because now some of the streaming services have figured out a version of how to do this, but I just liked flipping through the channels when I didn't know what I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what I want to watch. You flip through there, you're like, hey, the first Avengers is on this channel. Sure, I'll watch it.
You know, that's one of the things I don't like about Netflix and Hulu and all that. I mean, I'll sit there for like 30 minutes just going through shit, trying to find something to watch. I then just get mad and go back and watch something that I've already watched.
I started utilizing my list. Like, I'll add stuff to my list that I want to watch.
I do that.
And if I can't find nothing, then I'll just defer to it and go like, oh, yeah, I saved that thing to watch.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful because stuff don't stay on Netflix. So you might add something to your list, and like a month later, it's not on there anymore.
But they give you plenty of notice when they're
They
taking
don't
stuff
have
off.
Sherlock on Netflix anymore. Which sucks.
They got
'cause
young Sherlock.
I got Alicia into watching Sherlock, and then rewatching it with her got me to liking it again or wanting to watch it,
Well, you know I've got them.
Well, yeah, but
So I can let you borrow the DVDs.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, because I bought them.
Oh, I can borrow your DVDs that you bought, but I can't borrow the backup if you made a backup.
No,
of them
they're
in
just
case they got scratched.
I bought all of the seasons every time one would come out.
Every season would only be like 4 episodes.
I know, but it was like 10 hours long.
Yeah, every episode was almost 2 hours, like a movie.
That's one thing I do like about BBC stuff.
I hope they do another season. But I'm afraid them two have gotten too famous.
Yeah. Benedict has definitely got too famous.
Well, the other guy's been in a bunch of stuff. Man, he was freaking Frodo. I mean, Bilbo. He was the Hobbit.
It was one of them.
It was Bilbo.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I'm one of those weirdos that likes the Hobbit more than Lord of the Rings.
I liked it more than Lord of the Rings, but still, I'd much rather watch Harry Potter than watch either one of them.
We're changing the subject right now.
You know what?
Rapid subject change.
The people from Change the Subject are on the line, and they're not happy with you right now.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you're doing that right. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Uh-oh. Is this where we got to get serious?
No.
Do I need to take a drink of beer first?
We're never gonna have to get serious. You and Clint and a bunch of people in my small little circle have been telling me that I need to catch back up on Titans.
I'm not the one that told you that, because I'm actually way behind on Titans too.
Well, there's only 2 seasons. Three is fixing to come out.
I think I've watched the first and second episode of season 2, and that's it.
I watched all of season 1 and started season 2, and I kind of fizzled out. And what's weird is, like, I've got a weird relationship with that because I was big into the Titans in comic books.
Yeah, I am too.
I was really a big fan. I mean, I'm a big Nightwing guy, and he transitioned from Robin to Nightwing in the Titans. I've got the first appearance of Deathstroke from the Titans. So I was all on board when it came out, but it just felt kind of meh with me.
I'm the same way. I didn't like the way they did Starfire. I really didn't like the route they chose for Raven. And I wasn't just all that happy with Beast Boy, the way he was.
There's a lot of casting choices that I think they could have done better with, and the main one is Dick Grayson. He's almost too pretty to be Robin. Not that Dick Grayson can't be attractive, but that guy just looks like somebody that would be in like the Vampire Diaries or like Riverdale.
Yeah, almost the CW.
Like, Robin can be a handsome guy. That's fine. But if you're taking out thugs in an alleyway, your hair doesn't need to be that perfect. It's just... I'm having trouble with suspending my disbelief that you're that guy.
Yeah.
And he looks too young to me to be that Robin. Because the Bruce Wayne in this version of Titans is older. And...
Is he?
Yeah, the guy that played in Game of Thrones played...
yeah, he's
Jorah
Mormont.
I had Mormont right. It was a Sir Jorah Mormont. Ian Glenn. And he... In that picture right there, he doesn't look as old as he does as Bruce Wayne on the Titans.
It says he's 60 years old.
But it's like... Okay, here's the thing. The guy that plays Hulk...
Yeah.
That should be Dick Grayson. And the guy that's playing Jason Todd, they could use the guy playing Dick Grayson to play Jason Todd. Because the Jason Todd there is way too young. And I'll tell you why. He's like a kid there. But they're trying to introduce Red Hood next season.
There's got to be a
time
jump.
And I get it. It's its own thing. It don't have to follow the comic books. But the timeline's way off. Because... when the Titans first started out, like, Robin was a huge character. Well, like, today's Titans, Damian has kind of taken that role, and like Nightwing is almost like a mentor that comes in here and there.
Well, it depends on which Teen Titans you watch.
Well, yeah, I never got into the animated show. It was too much. It spoke to like. It's too much for kids.
Well, that's Teen Titan Go.
Yeah.
That is really silly.
Well, in the comics, the Titans started in 64. Then you had Teen Titans, then the new Teen Titans, then New Teen Titans Volume 2, then you had Teen Titans Spotlight, then you had another one just called Teen Titans Volume 2, then one called The Titans. By that time, I think you're bringing in Damian. Teen Titans Volume 3, Teen Titans Volume 2, Legends of the Teen Titans. I mean...
They could have did better naming those comic sagas.
Well, what's made it hard for me as a collector is, like, I like to fill in gaps that I have, even with common issues, because you can go pick up, 10, 15 comic books, even if they're older ones, for little or nothing that fills in gaps of runs that you have. And I don't like... I'm like, oh, I had number 22 of the Teen Titans. I didn't have number 22 of the Legend of the New Teen Titans.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's confusing. But basically, on the early on, the big thing was like Robin was like one of your main guys, and then it kind of transitioned into Damian. And they've brought in Jason Todd, which becomes Red Hood.
Well, okay, Robin stayed a big part of it until he became Nightwing. When he became Nightwing is when he ventured out.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm
then
saying.
shortly after that, Damien came in.
Yeah,
and
but
was like
it was
a
a
big part
long
of it.
time between Nightwing and Damien,
Yeah.
and a long time between Nightwing and Red Hood.
Oh yeah.
Because Jason Todd actually stayed dead, spoiler alert, for a long time. So long that I thought it was going to be a comic book character that actually never came back. They brought him back years later. And again, you don't have to follow the comic books in a TV show. I get it, it's its own thing, but it's just weird to see them making these transitions to Nightwing and to Red Hood, but then you've got an older Bruce Wayne and a younger Robin, or at least a younger looking. I mean, that dude looks like he's 19 to me.
Yeah, but he's a detective on the police force.
Yeah, he just looks.
So he's at least.
I think he should have been
late
Jason
20s.
Todd. That guy, the guy that plays Hulk, should have been Dick Grayson. Who else was it? I was like, the casting choice was kind of.
You said the chick they got to play Starfire.
I'm fine with her. She's all right.
I'm not.
But she seems a lot older.
Because you know Starfire is my girl in Titans.
Yeah, I like Starfire.
And the girl they got playing Raven, I don't think fits the storyline of Raven.
And they're called the Teen Titans, so they should be teens. But
Should be.
I don't know. I sound like I'm shitting on the show, and I don't really dislike it. I just didn't like it enough.
I just fizzled out on
I
it.
just fizzled out. And from what everybody's been telling me is like around mid to late season 2, it really takes a turn for the better.
Now that's what,
which I believe is possible.
that's what
I mean,
Clint was
Legends
saying.
of Tomorrow did. Like it went from meh to pretty good.
That's another show that I've only watched a couple episodes of that everybody keeps telling me to watch.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm kind of lukewarm with it, but I'm gonna make myself finish season 2.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start season 3 because everybody on the internet and like everybody I talk to is just like, oh dude, Titans is the shit. And I'm like, well, maybe I turned away from it too quick because there is things I like about it. I mean, again, it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it enough.
Yeah.
Other things got my attention.
I definitely feel you on that. Something else grabbed my attention really easily off that show, and I just kind of floop. But something else you really, really need to watch, it's not comic book based, but it's book based, is The Expanse.
Yeah, Tim has been on me about watching The
Man.
Expanse. It's on my list. It is on my radar.
Well, you need
It's
to
on my
bump it up your
radar
list before Prime drops it, because that show is just amazing.
Yeah, every time we start talking about TV shows, Tim brings up The Expanse, and he's like,
Well, he's the one. No, my buddy at work told me to listen to The Expanse. Then Tim, we had mentioned it one time. He came over to play D&D, and he had mentioned it. And I was like, oh, yeah, my buddy told me to listen to that. So I jumped right on it. And I was like, oh, my God, am I glad I did. Because the books were amazing.
I mentioned Rick and Morty earlier. How much of this season have you seen?
I just watched
Episode 8 just aired Sunday.
Well, I just watched episode 5.
They're going to take a break for a month and then come back with a 2-part season finale.
Oh,
9
wow.
and 10. Yeah. Which I'm not complaining about that because normally, like the last couple of seasons, they took like several months off in the middle of the season, which is so confusing.
It is.
I'd rather them just do them all at once.
Because when you told me it'd come back out, I thought that it was still the last season that we were watching.
I'll be happy to catch up with you because every episode's been good, and this last one was like, whoa. Like, they revealed some stuff about Rick's backstory and stuff which with that show, you never know. I mean, that could be bullshitting you at any given moment.
Well, it could be any different alternate Rick, too.
Well, there's a lot of rumors going around the internet that this whole season has been a different Rick and Morty.
I think it is.
They think it's like an alternate timeline
Well, I
alternate
just think it's
dimension Rick and Morty.
I think it's just
Like
one
they're
of the
not
multiverse.
C-137.
Yeah,
And there's been like a lot of clues that people have pointed out.
I'm telling you, I think it really is.
But this last episode was like pretty deep. Like, it was still funny, but it was also had a lot of
Well, after this,
serious notes.
we might want to drop an episode or two.
What time is it? 15:10?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only 20-minute episodes. I got time for a couple. I've been having to work late. It's been hell week.
That's me and normally.
It's only Wednesday, and I'm already want it to be Friday.
Well, when do we not want it to be Friday?
Yeah. Let me look at my tabs I have open here.
You got a bunch.
I think I announced everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the Batman 89 thing. You need to check it out. It's good.
I will. Do you remember a cartoon from back in the late 80s called Silverhawks? It come on right after Thundercats.
I don't think so.
It was about these people, but I don't know if they were androids or cyborgs or what, because they had steel bodies and they could like sprout out wings and like turn into birds and stuff.
Let me look it up.
It's called Silverhawks.
If I see it, I'll probably remember it.
Well, they're talking about coming out with a. They're talking about remaking it since they've just redid.
Yeah, seeing that
He-Man
logo, I
and-
vaguely remember that. Vaguely.
and Thundercats and all that. They're in the talks with the company that owns this to start it back up. Which that was one of my favorite shows. It was a comic book too, I think.
What did you think about the new Masters of the Universe?
Overall, I liked it. I can't.
I feel like the second half is going to be better than
That's
the first
what
half.
I can't wait to see where they're going.
I think they're going to. I feel like they're going to bring it home.
Which, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because, without being spoilery. Yeah, there's the reboot it was talking about right there.
Cool. I'll watch it. Sure.
But yeah, without being spoilery, I really don't know how they're going to pull it back together for the second half.
I feel like they will. I mean, I know the people in charge of writing it are good writers. So,
Well, yeah, it's Kevin Smith for one.
well, he was like he only wrote. I don't know how many episodes he wrote, but he was
But he
like
directed.
he was like the director. But there were several writers on
Yeah.
his team. This is one of those long, awkward pauses I'm gonna have to cut out.
Yeah.
That's a show I never watched any of. Was Stargirl.
I hadn't watched any of it either.
Oh, there's a movie that Ryan Reynolds is in that comes out Friday that looks like it's gonna be pretty cool.
What's it called?
I forget what it's called, but it's like he finds out he's in a video game.
Oh, yeah. We watched me and you was watching the trailer for it, Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, the Marvel's What If started on Disney Plus.
I seen that. I just
I
haven't
haven't watched it,
yet.
but they say it's almost like watching the Twilight Zone. Like it's gonna be all trippy and stuff. We could watch that tonight.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I liked how Michael Rooker was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
This Suicide Squad was definitely funnier, but the humor didn't feel forced either.
Well, it was weird humor too. It was like more our type of
Awkward humor almost.
offhanded humor. Hey, starfish is another name for butthole. So has
there
that
any
got
connection there?
anything to do with that?
Any connection there? All right, what are we doing? Are we wrapping this up? Are we done? I can't tell you what episode this is. I will know when you know.
Well,
I'll
I mean,
actually know before y'all know, but
honestly, this is probably just a good segment.
this whole episode's a good
I
segment.
mean, once you edit it down, you'll probably have like 30 minutes.
No, I'll have more than that. I can cut to our news correspondents. They can give us a traffic report.
Uh-oh.
They give us the traffic conditions and the weather.
Traffic conditions is kind of light. Weather right now is rainy.
People can't
but
drive
it's
worth their
muggy.
shit, and it's really hot. That's the two things you need to know about traffic and weather.
Yeah.
And like it being hot and people can't drive worth a crap, like it's fanning the potential for road rage. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you don't have an air conditioner.
Do you not?
I do.
Oh,
I've got a good air conditioner. My heater ain't worth a damn.
I had to fix my air conditioner. It wasn't blowing very cold air, so I went and bought one of them cans of stuff.
Yeah.
Did you put in there? Works pretty good. Got the job done. We had fun playing D&D this past week.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How did y'all go Monday night? Because I wasn't able to make it.
You were here Sunday, but you didn't make it Monday.
I didn't get to make it because work ended up calling me early, and I got stuck.
When you left, we were in a cave, right?
We had just fought the frog people and
They weren't frog people. They were giant frogs.
Or the frogs, and then the three guys at the mouth of the
we
next
finished
empire.
that whole thing.
Did y'all fight the giant ice frog?
No, we didn't.
So they lied to us.
No, it was there. We just didn't have to fight it because it wasn't smart enough to beat the spell.
Oh.
So it carried us across the water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's our friend now.
At least for 24 hours.
Well, we don't have to go back, I don't think. Well, you never know, but we completed all that and went back, and now we're fixing to go on a big adventure.
Which I figure that's what we'll start back Sunday night.
Yeah, as soon as it starts our next session, we're headed way out of town. Way out of town. Which I think you know where we're going already.
No. Are we going to Strahd's Castle?
You think about Clint's campaign that he does.
Well, you keep saying I know where we're going, and that's
I forget what it's called, but we've been talking about the ruins of Arcane or whatever it's called.
Y'all must be doing that on the days I'm not here.
No.
Well, I need to go back through the Discord and read.
Yeah, go to the Discord and read all the recaps.
On the summaries, yeah.
Because I don't even think I'm saying that right. But we're fixing to go on a long boat ride to a whole other place.
You want to go on a boat ride?
Yep, we're gonna be on a boat. I think he said 9 days. We're gonna be on the boat.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
There better be some good role playing and maybe fight a sea monster or two. Hope you can swim.
Well, I have resistance to cold damage, so if I fall in icy water, I'll be better off than some people.
Unless you can't swim. You're from the mountains.
I'm pretty sure I can swim. I may have to do a check, but...
Yeah, you may have to.
What would that be?
But you're a natural athlete, so...
Athletics check, probably.
Athletics check. Roll the old
as tall as I am, I could probably just stand on the bottom.
Of the ocean?
Yeah, the ocean. Not every part of the ocean is deep.
Most of it is.
A lot of it is, but this is not the same planet we're from.
Then it's not an ocean. It's just a really shallow lake that's really big. It's the Great Shallow Lake.
That we're going to be sailing across for 9 days.
Yeah, we could just walk.
Tim's character couldn't. He's a halfling. I could carry him on my shoulder like a parrot.
Yeah. Give him a cracker every once in a while.
Parrots don't actually like crackers that much.
I don't know.
No, they do.
I've had parrots, and they liked them.
I think they like Ritz crackers better than saltines, though.
I don't know. We were poor. I don't know how we had an expensive parrot, but when that joker
You have a fancy parrot.
we had a fancy parrot. Yeah.
Your privileged ass parrot. Did it talk?
Yeah.
What'd it say?
A lot of stuff. He cussed a lot. Because
Well,
my dad would cuss at the TV,
Yeah.
mainly during football games, and the parrot sat by the TV, so it picked up a lot of swear words.
Was it a full blown parrot or a parakeet?
It was a parrot. It was an African baby gray. Which, I say baby, it was like 4 or 5 years old when we got it.
They live a long time.
Like 70, 80 years.
Some of them.
If you take care of it and it doesn't get sick. And we had a parakeet too, and that parakeet was really cool.
I had a parakeet. It wasn't very smart though. It didn't say a lot of words.
The one we had, surprisingly enough, cussed too because of Daddy.
It would make a lot of noise though.
Yeah.
Like if it heard a bunch of noise, it would make a bunch of noise. It thought it needed to join in the noise. But you couldn't really make sense of it. It was just a bunch of noise.
Ours got old and started, when you let it out of its cage, it started dive bombing you. And somehow it got out. And like outside.
Oh.
Yeah, and just flew away.
Uh-oh.
It was like, good. We didn't want you to stay here either, bird.
Ours got out inside a couple times. And that was a whole thing.
But we'd let ours out. But the older it got, it started getting mean.
I don't think ours lived that long. We came home one night and it was just laying of course, I was a kid. And, the parakeet, now that I'm older, in hindsight, they sleep on the perch. They're always on the perch.
They're perched.
Always. Yeah. Well, it was like laying in the bottom of the cage, just laying on its side. And my sister was like, "Oh my God, Petey's dead." I was like, "Are you sure he's not just asleep?" I was all optimistic.
Your parakeet's name was Petey?
Yep.
Ours was Sugar.
This was way before Dumb and Dumber, too. Their parakeet's name was Petey.
I didn't know that. It's not really high up in my watch to movies
Like, Petey
list.
was one of the only words Petey would say.
Oh, really?
And Pretty Bird. Because that's what everybody would say to it. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Petey. Hey, Petey.
You could
Pretty
ask
bird, pretty bird."
ours.
So that's all Petey would say is, "Hey, Petey. Hey, Petey. Pretty bird. Pretty bird."
That's ours done that.
I'm like,
Sugar's
man, you are a narcissistic son of a bitch.
Sugar's a pretty bird. Sugar's a pretty bird.
Like, I know you got a mirror in there that you look at a lot, but you ain't got to tell everybody you're a pretty bird.
And then
sometimes we feel bad about ourselves.
And then it would start cussing. One of its favorite things to say was, "GD ref."
That's funny because your dad's a football coach.
Yeah,
so.
because he's always watching football, and yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was fun to have a bird around, but I would rather have a parrot, I think, than a parakeet. They seem smarter, or they definitely say more words.
Yeah, they're harder to train, and you could almost drown a parakeet and it not die. Parrots, man, they're finicky.
I got the parakeet people on the line, and they're seriously disturbed. How many parakeets have you tried to drown? And why? You're getting your goldfish and your birds mixed up. That's way different animals.
Oops. No, I mean a parakeet. I mean it's really resilient. There's not a whole lot you can do to a parakeet. I mean,
Except put it underwater, evidently.
But a parrot, I mean, its little living space area has got to be a certain temperature. It's almost like a cockatiel. Cockatiels are that way. That's the big white birds with the mohawk that pops up.
The thing that pops up.
Yeah. They're like that. If they get too cold or if they get too hot, they'll start molting. Parrots are the same way.
Well, they come from like tropical environments, don't they?
Yep.
Which around here, I mean, that's not too far from subtropical.
Yeah, but
All
believe it
this
or not, it
humidity and
gets
heat.
too hot here for parrots because of the humidity. So you have to keep them between I think it was 75 and 80 degrees.
Whoever thought this podcast would end up on Animal Planet?
Hey,
Except
never diss Animal Planet.
Except this is Animal Planet with two people that really don't know that much about animals, evidently.
Well, we know not to drown parakeets.
We know not to put parakeets underwater, which I kind of knew that already. It's kind of obvious. They like the sky and air.
Yeah, they do.
Only fish like water.
My dog likes water.
Yeah, my dog's a Labrador, so every time I would take him fishing with me, he would ruin everything.
Yeah.
Like I would cast out in the water, and then he would dive in the water right in front of me and just start splashing everywhere. I'm
Just
like, well,
swim all around.
all those fish are scared away.
Yeah, Sarah done that last time we was down at the pond. And it's funny, she took a run and jumped halfway to the pond. Well, all right.
Well, shit. I mean, let's talk about dinosaurs too while we're at it. Those,
T-Rex was a badass.
they're starting to think that dinosaurs were more like birds than reptiles now.
I either read or heard something about that they think all dinosaurs actually had feathers.
Maybe. I mean, a T-Rex does look like a giant nightmare chicken.
With a really big head.
A nightmare chicken.
Yeah. Little bitty wings.
Nightmare chicken, that'd be a good band name. Have like a T-Rex on the cover with the lasers coming out of its eyes.
It definitely covers the nightmare part.
It's better than your band, Underwater Parrot.
I would never call a band Underwater Parrot. That's just silly.
All right. We are going off the rails. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Let's watch that.
It's 10 o'clock. I want to watch something.
Let's watch that show. What if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Rick and Morty.
Either
Kinda
one.
torn.
We can watch one of each.
All right. Thanks for listening to the episode question mark of Real Pop Culture. We've been broadcasting live from high top, the first and only floor of the Killj headquarters at the Killj Ranch. Love you, bye.
Love you, mean it.
All you going to do is Anthony's little kiss for him since he's not here?
Well, that's what I do when he's not here.
You do?
Yeah.
At least you didn't go, boom.
I've said bum. I've actually said bye like 3 times, and then you're just like, oh, boom. I even try to change it up a few times, and yeah, you're just all like, no, you're gonna say boom.
Why don't you just make construction noises next time?
Nee, 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 nee.
I quit. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.